continuing with it. A former presidential staffer, former minister, former MP, former broadcaster has been put in charge of this particular role. And so today on Face to Face, I'm going to have a conversation with him on how DRIP is faring. I am Omar Rusanda Amadu. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome. My guest on Face to Face is Edwin Nilante Vanderpoy, the man who went to the sports ministry, plenty confusion. He said he's not going to play ball. And then before then, he was doing broadcasting. Numo, you're welcome to Face to Face.
Thank you.
How are you doing? No, me, I'm a Dangbe man, so Obake, that is from Greater Accra. Even though I'm in Accra inside. But Obake thing, I didn't hear it. I have not heard it before. Even though I've been speaking Ghana for like some time.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Okay, it's not a new word you imported to fight.
You see, on our settlement, a group were sent out, just as the Israelites settled. After the Egyptian distance, the Israelites, they always send people to go ahead, look at the place, and then the others will join them. It's the same thing when we settled here. A group came forward first to examine the place and see whether there are people we can conquer and take over the land. So when they came in, it took a little bit of a time before the other group came. So when they came, they were received.
And what does it mean?
Oh, it's like
literal meaning.
Literal means, oh, you are welcome.
Okay.
We were expecting you.
Okay.
So you just respond.
But how come it's not been popular in our
context? It's because right from day one, our language has suffered a lot of, let me say, marginalization because of the expansion of the capital and also Accra becoming cosmopolitan. When people are coming in, definitely the other languages will have an influx on your language. And if you are in the national capital and you don't assert your culture and tradition, no matter what you do, to get to a time when you will be overwhelmed by the other cultures around you.
It becomes cosmopolitan. And
yes.
You lose
so your culture becomes adulterated. And once your culture becomes adulterated, the language will also suffer the same.
But one of the ways of keeping your language is music. Over the weekend, Shatta Wale put up a performance that was huge. Now, he is Ghana, not far from your constituency. And I'm sure a lot of his support base is from your constituency. I don't know what you think can be done to use him as a figure to help push the agenda of your language being. He sings in Ghana.
I am happy about one thing. I'm happy that we have a new generation of Gadangbes who are so much concerned about culture. Recently, I've been following TikTok, and I see a lot of our Dangbe girls.
TikTok?
Yes, I have been on TikTok. Nice. I see a lot of our Dangbe girls singing in Dangbe, speaking Dangbe, explaining certain things in Dangbe. Some of them from Somanya, some of them from Dodowa, and the rest. And I appreciate we didn't used to have that. And also, you see, when we gained independence, and GBC was adopting languages, the national dialects to be used on radio. Ga was used, but Dangbe, for example, was not used. So slowly, the Dangbe language virtually went off. But then now it's also coming up. And we have people who are now also bringing up the Ga language itself. And then significantly, if you look at our high life, some of the most popular high life musicians some time ago were Gans.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the Akan one came in. But today, we have close to about 70% of all these hip-hop artists adding Ga language to their music. If you don't do that, it doesn't sell. So I'm happy for people like Shatta Wale, and I'm happy for not for only him. I've heard Kiddy, I've heard some of those artists always adding Ga.
Sinaso.
Is it?
Sinasoul.
Sinasoul, eh?
Yeah.
So it's something, because Adane Best was fantastic.
Gasmila.
Adane Best was in Ghana.
Oh, he's fancy,
yeah, he's
right?
Kwawu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but Kwawu boy who was born in Accra, grew up in Accra. Gasmila, Tiny, all these people have really brought us some good songs with Ghana. And I think that is good for us as a people. If only people like you will continually help us, it will help rekindle that spirit, that love for our culture, because we have a very significant culture. I always pride myself in the fact that our traditional festivals, the Ghanaian traditional festivals, are the most beautiful of festivals in this country. The Homo is fantastic. If you take it from from the band on drumming and noise making up to the time we do celebrations across all the Ghanaians up to Gansau.
The Twins
Festival, it's fantastic. If you go to the Dangbe area, Yosiklim, Depot, Asafotu, all these beautiful cultures, Mayem. What we have done, we have not been able to really put our Gadamwe culture together, sew it into a very beautiful cloth and market it.
So there's a lot of work that you have to do.
A lot of work that we have to do.
You should become the ambassador to do that, since you've decided to go on retirement as a member of parliament. Have
you ever seen me wear anything different from this attire before?
Even when you're a minister?
I have made myself as an ambassador for our, let me say, Ghanaian culture and tradition. And I think that all of us, if we can do one way or the other. Last week I was talking to the Minister for Culture, and I also talked to Kobe Mensah, and I told them, why don't we go back every Friday, every woman's public service, civil service, government, every of us, the women, all the women cover, all the men in a traditional attire. If you go to Senegal, you go to Gambia, that's what they do. South Africa now, the Zulus are going to parliament, they are going to office in their traditional affair.
Yeah.
So it's important that we look at that. If we do it, other cultures will also start. And slowly, the sort of agenda that, for example, the president wants to set by marketing Ghana from his appearance, even on international. Look at our First Lady, look at her appearance on international circles. And it tells all of us, if we can do that. I know under the previous Kufuor's government, for example, Jake initiated something like that, but it was not given the impetus it deserved, and it died. Let me comment on Akufo-Addo. In spite of the fact that he likes wearing suit, most of the time when he's home in the office, he wears traditional attire. And that is good. If leadership will always give a sort of stamp to our culture and our appearance and our brand, it will bring the others on board.
Since we've talked about that, we didn't plan to talk about Ghana culture, we didn't plan to talk about Accra, but we also didn't plan to talk about sports, but we have to talk about it. We have qualified for the World Cup. We've qualified for the World Cup.
Yes.
Exciting news.
And really, I was at the stadium the last match, and I was so excited.
Of course you will be there. I know you will be there. But it's no. We have been qualifying since 2006, so qualification is no more a big deal. It is how we prefer. What we did in Qatar was an embarrassment. We should have all hidden our faces in our palms. Now we are going to...
But that's football.
Yes, but we have agreed at the time that our performance in Qatar...
Did you see in 2014 the way the Brazilians were embarrassed?
Yes, but if they are embarrassed once in a long time, it's okay. But for us, it's like the embarrassment is going and coming all the time. What we did in 2010, since we did that in 2010 in South Africa, we haven't seen any major thing that we should be celebrated for again. So now we have qualified, but I've seen people who understand the game who say that, yes, we have qualified, but we still don't look like we even deserve to go to the World Cup, and that we may end up just going to put up an appearance but not necessarily do as well as we did in 2010.
I don't share that opinion.
You think we are on a better
I don't share
footing?
that opinion. You see, it's preparation. The players in other teams are not better than our players.
Okay.
It's the preparation, the mindset, the sort of inspiration that the players have. Let me say this. African countries, you will not see one African country showing or putting up a splendid performance at the World Cup consistently. Nigeria did it, Senegal did it, Cameroon before had done that, Ghana came in, and now Morocco has also. So it tells you the shift of soccer power on the continent itself. Morocco has reached where they've just won the Under-20 World Cup. After their performance at the senior level, they've won Under-20 World Cup. Talk to Godfred Akoto-Boafo. or any of your sports guys, and they tell you the sort of investment Morocco as a kingdom has made in sports development. Do you know they've hosted one of the World IAAF Diamond Leagues? The investment they've made in the development of sports. They are women. Hitherto, Moroccan women would never attempt to play football because they have to play with the hijab. But today, their women are even able to square up with Ghana.
When you say investment, is it physical infrastructure or investment in the human resource?
Investment in all. Football has 3 legs. Sports has 3 legs. Development, management, and promotion. Any point in time, one of the legs is broken, you will not have sports. If you develop the infrastructure and you don't develop the people who will manage the infrastructure and you don't promote the infrastructure, it will come to nothing. If you develop the human being and you don't also provide the infrastructure, the human being becomes waste. So sports by nature has these characteristics, and it must always be at the pinnacle of discussion as far as sports is concerned, anywhere in the world. So I think we've qualified the World Cup. Let's sit down and say, what are our set objectives for this World Cup? Quarterfinals, semi-finals, or win the trophy. How do we get there? Do we have the resource, human resource, to do that? Yes, this team has qualified, but do they have the sort of breadth that can take us beyond the first stage? If they don't, how do we improve upon them?
But of the 3 elements you mentioned, promotion is almost like for free, or there has to be a deliberate way of promoting.
There has to be.
But Ghanaians like football already.
Promotion is marketing. If we don't promote Ghanaian football, our brand of football, how do we get people to invest in our brand? How do we get people to want to get attracted to the game? 2, we can't get up and say we are only developing. So if we are developing our game, for example, our league is doing well, how do we sell our league? What are the things we need to do to promote our league so that our league will be open, so that the players will be open to the market? So when it comes to this World Cup, Moro, this team has qualified. Beautiful, wonderful. But is it a collection of the best Ghana team that we need to send to the World Cup? We are not going to a World Cup because we just want to participate. We are going to a World Cup because Ghana is representing. So Ghana has to go with the best Ghanaian footballers across the globe.
You have been Minister for Sports before. Choosing the 23 to go to the World Cup has always been a huge problem. There are times where the FA president will be accused of putting people there. Sometimes the coach is said to be...
There is a history. There is a history.
Yeah, and then...
So Ghanaians are justified.
Sometimes the minister himself is accused of having
there is
his
a
own
history.
people. Now, we have clubs in the country. Should we just go club by club and choose the best? There also issue of Achunaye. The people who qualified, let them continue to play. Why would you, after we've qualified, okay,
Moro, it is not, football is not like that. Moro, if you sit down
Neither
closely,
they are able to pronounce my name well, I'll give you a trophy.
Umaru.
Okay, thank you.
Umaru, Yankudi.
No problem.
Umaru, football, this qualifying series, we've used over 100 players. Some people played in a very first match. They also contributed to qualification. Benjamin Sarri in the post wasn't our top keeper at the qualifying series. You understand? So each and everyone has contributed. There may be others who didn't get the opportunity to be called into this team. They will have made themselves available if they were called. You understand? But they were not called. That should not disqualify them from being given the opportunity to fight for their place in the team. It's about Ghana. The last time we were in the World Cup, that was the 2014 World Cup or so. Samir J was the one who was our top keeper at the time in the qualifying series. Before we got to the World Cup, Olile was there. What will you say? Is that Achunaye? No. I remember before we played the 1978 Cup of Nations, our top striker was Dan Owusu. the qualifying series. He was the goal king. He was doing anything. He was the best striker in the country. But just before the Cup of Nations, he got injured. And they gave opportunity to Poku Afriye. He came and scored the goals which won us the trophy. So if you shut the door to every other Ghanaian player, because these are the people who have qualified, you will not have the best of Ghana at the World Cup.
And this includes people who are abroad, Odwe Nketiah, they want to come. We should allow them.
If somebody is born today and he has a capacity to play tomorrow and he could be in the team, he should be there.
Even though they initially...
If the person is better than any of the players who played, the person should be there.
Specifically on Odwe Nketiah,
I will always, looking at their performance, say they should be given opportunity.
even though they rejected him.
Odwe is a wonderful player. Look, circumstances. You see, we are making a mistake. We had the same opportunity when we had Gerard Asamoah. And we did it. So, oh, some people have played, so it's not good for Greece. And then he went and played for Germany. We had the same opportunity. Daniel Welbeck. The late Professor Mills made a call to the father. Some people knew that if Bedweather had come, he would have displaced maybe Asamoah or any other player.
So they'll prevent it.
Yes. And then England fielded him against us. And we've lost him. You understand? Today, there's this boy playing for Chelsea, Achampong. To me, he's better than all our defenders.
So bring him.
Bring him. He's a Ghanaian. You understand me?
How do you define a player abroad as Ghanaian? Because they bear a Ghanaian name or because they have
by
a
the
Ghanaian
football
citizenship?
rules, even if your grandmother or your grandfather hails from a country, you qualify to play for that country. That's why Equatorial Guinea are bringing all these Brazilian players to play for them.
But these people we want to bring on board,
France, they are 11. Are they all French?
they are all black.
In fact, not only black, they're Africans.
Yeah.
England, when they assemble today, when they assemble their players, they have 6 who have African roots or Jamaican roots. So what does it matter?
But
today we have Ghanaians running for Japan.
Shouldn't loyalty count?
Did you see a Ghanaian running for Japan?
I have. But
Japan.
Yes. There's no way a Ghanaian looks like a Japanese. I get you what you're trying to say. But loyalty should count for something. Those who stayed and helped should be rewarded. Which of these players, right from day one, stayed and helped, apart from those who started from the local teams like Kudus? Even Jordan and Dede, even though their father played, they were not born here. They were born outside the country. They had opportunity and they came to play for us. And they served as well.
Anthony Bafo the same. So what is it? As the accident of birth should not prevent somebody from enjoying and portraying his Ghanaianness.
How should we do the selection? So should there be a
selection
qualifier?
Should be based on competence.
Yeah, but should there be a qualifiers to choose players to the Black Stars? Because it's the coach who draws up the list,
yes,
and the coach can decide to call anybody from anywhere. But should we leave
there
it?
There must be a policy.
Yes. So how should that work?
Coach, these are the players of this country we have seen and observed over the years. You can be part of these players, deserve a place. So we are going to engage in series of matches. Give everybody an opportunity to express himself and qualify himself to be a member of the team.
So a qualifiers to choose players for the Black Stars?
Not qualifiers as such, but I'm saying all the friendly matches we're going to play, play in preparation.
Mm-hmm. Send them there.
Send them. Give them opportunity. You understand? Benjamin Sarre cannot be our only keeper. Here in Atisigi cannot be our only keepers. There is a Ghanaian player in one of the championship clubs. Very wonderful goalkeeper. Give you an opportunity.
Okay. Having settled on the players and how to get them, should we continue with the same coach?
I will say yes. The reason being that this is a young man.
People don't trust him. A lot of people.
People don't understand football. Excuse me to say that. You see, sustainability is key. And coaches, if you have an attrition rate, a high attrition rate, you don't build a team. the team is not only the players. The technical people are also part of the team. Relationship, cordiality, friendship, knowing the players. Otto Addo today knows the weaknesses of some of these players he has used. He knows that with this formation, with this type of players coming to meet us, Umaru Sanda will be better. Let me give you an example. Just over this weekend, how many Manchester United supporters were expecting to see Harry Maguire in the team?
We didn't even care.
Thank you. But he was there. He was player of the match. According to the analyst, his performance was one of the best. Ruben Amorim knows that matches between Manchester and Liverpool is not just about the players. It's about composure. It's about experience. It's about temperament. So he set up players who are tried and tested. You understand?
So experience matters.
He said something. He said he knows Sesko is his top striker, but he wants a player who has played in the league and knows the Liverpool players. That's why he played Cunha instead of Sesko. You understand? So you need to understand that a coach is important because the coach can critically analyze his players and know his players. So if at this juncture you bring in a new coach,
there's no stability.
There's no stability. He's now going to know our players. The players are now going to strike a relationship with him. We don't have enough time.
He may not even be able to speak English. We need a translator.
Otto Addo has been at the last World Cup.
But he dumped us in Turkey, in Ankara.
Because you said he wasn't good enough.
Yeah, but at least come back home and let's see you and insult you.
He's come back. Yeah. He's qualified you. He's qualified you. Mm-hmm. Even though you were not too happy with the play. Because Ghanaians, the reason why Ghanaians are talking is not because they say Otto Addo is not a good coach. It's because they are not enjoying the game. Yeah. But Otto Addo is looking at the strategy, just qualifying and not just play good football. To him, qualifying matters at this point in time and not about the excellent football, agro-based football that we are going to play. And I think that is a good strategy. So he's qualified us. What we need is that, critically speaking, the bench is weak. The experience of the bench is so minimal. He, Otto Addo himself, Pencil, Ofe, Dauda. How?
So what do we do? Import?
Between now, all of them must have the opportunity to go for refresher courses, build their confidence, be assigned to clubs, know what they are doing, and then he, Otto Addo, should also have the opportunity. I would suggest that we have one of the most experienced coaches around the world. I don't believe in Shefa, to be frank with you. I know coaches who, to sit with him and help him do the background work before we get to the field. And when we're on the field, that person must have such communication with him.
So we should have a general coach?
It's not a general coach, a sort of consultant. You understand?
Egos.
Technical advisor.
Egos.
Ego. Well, I'm a human being. I have heard that word several times, but I don't believe in it. I also believe that if you want to achieve a result, it doesn't matter who is at the head and who is down.
Very well.
Working together to achieve that result is important.
This is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. I'm Umaru Sanda. I'm having a conversation with former Sports Minister Edwin Nilante Van Der Poel. I'm here to speak to him about drip. But you see, we talked about football plenty. When we come back, we'll talk about drip. But he has said something that has explained to me why Man United has been losing. Ferguson had stability, he's gone. Since then, we haven't had stability, so that explains our nosedive. We'll talk about drip when we come back. Please stay.
The greatest impairment for every person with autism has to do with communication difficulty, behavior issues, and challenges in interacting with people.
EdTech is critical using your KCC model, KIT Content Confidence.
For me, as a visually impaired person, if you produce your document in print and I want to read it, either have to scan it, and that is technology, so that it can come into a speech format.
How can we get inclusive education for all?
When it comes to learners with disability, there's so much barrier. There should be 3 things I want to emphasize.
If these things are not provided to support a child with autism or a person with autism, it makes life very frustrating.
It will enhance their social interaction through virtual meetings.
Watch EdTech Mondays on Mondays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with Mest Africa, only on Channel 1 TV.
You're welcome back. This is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. I'm Umaru Sandamad. My guest is the National Coordinator of DRIP, former Member of Parliament for Ododo Dio, the Honorable Edwin Nilante van der Poel. Let's talk about DRIP now. It was set up when? Just before the elections of 2024.
Yeah, September.
Your party people said that it was a campaign shenanigan. Akufo-Addo wanted to win elections, so he's all of a sudden bringing these things and trying to... Then you are enjoying it now. Do you apologize to Akufo-Addo?
Why should I?
Why should you not?
I was one of the people who conceptualized DRIP.
Really?
Yes.
When?
You know, around 2022, under the DDEP, government was owing the District Assembly's Common Fund 6.2 billion. And we didn't know how to get the money. And Kenofurata was not ready to pay the money. So the leadership of the local government committee, I as ranking member, my deputy, Honorable Benjamin Kodo, and then the chairman, Honorable Emmanuel Kwesi Jemfi, former MP for Dotobri, and his deputy, Sanid Sule, former MP for Tepa. I have a non-off. And so we went to sit down with Natoshi. Having been a member of parliament she understood our problem. And then at that time, there was so much pressure on us and on her about roads. So we said, Anna, why don't we use a strategy John Mama adopted some time ago so that we can get equipment and give to the districts to do their roads? She said, yes, that's a very good initiative. It was started around President Kufuor's time. I said, yes, so why don't we do it? And she prepared a paper, took it to cabinet approved. And so we used the back door to get our money from Kenofurata. So those equipments were born out of the arrears that Kenofurata and the government were owing the District Assembly's Common Fund. So it's something that we all conceptualize, we give birth to. It is not the government's own idea.
So what is the concept of DRIP? What is the picture?
You see,
what's the plan?
You know, in the olden days, we used to have these road work camps. And so those people were responsible for the improvement and the maintenance of certain lengths of roads on the highways. Over the period, those work camps were dissolved or they vanished. So President Kufuor tried to go back and brought in huge caterpillars those days so that the assemblies will use them to do the roads. It didn't survive. So when President Mills came, he saw some wisdom in that. So between him and John Mahama, they brought in more equipment. It was about 280 something at the time. You remember on June 3rd when we had a disaster? That was equipment engineers and planners used to dredge the Kole and the Odo and then the, what do you call it?
Is it the one
ICQ's place, Alajo Drain.
Okay.
You know, that's the equipment that we used. And people were accusing Jomama of having given the equipment to his brother, you know, and that job was done for free. Ibrahim Mama did it for free. He even lost some of his own equipment. All that we're doing at that time, we're buying fuel. So it's a good idea. If the assemblies will have this equipment and they only will buy fuel into them, they could maintain their own roads and maintain their own drainage systems. So it's a good idea. So we got them, the government brought them. We're all part of the launching and we all gave ideas as to how it will be done. So we have a set of equipment in every district. 7 sets in every district.
7 sets, so
yeah.
A bulldozer?
No, we don't have a bulldozer at the district. We have a grader, a roller.
The roller is the one that
yes.
makes the road
yes.
firm. Mm-hmm.
We have a tipper truck, we have water bowser, we have concrete mixers, we have
a backhoe.
Backhoe. So we have a set.
Okay.
And then we have bulldozers, wheel loaders, low beds, and the regional coordinating councils.
For moving them.
Those ones, because of their size, and you may not need a bulldozer for every day. So they are there when an assembly needed a work that would demand a dozer. The dozer is deployed. After doing that work, it goes back. Then another assembly can go for it.
But that 7 other equipment would be stationed at the district assembly.
Every district. In fact, for this purpose, we don't even have district. We have constituencies.
Oh, so it's for the constituency, not even for district.
No, it's for district.
So for a district that has 2 constituencies, they have 2 sets.
Yes.
Like
so AMA has 3. Tema has 2. KMA has 5.
Okay.
Because the issue is that every MP will want road to be done in his constituency. The assemblies will want to do those roads. But if, for example, AMA has only one, Tema has only one set, when will the work be done in Tema Central before it moves to Tema East?
Yeah.
So to avoid that, I think the government thought it wise that this thing must be broken down to the constituencies. And it was a very, very good decision taken by Natoshi.
So we brought those equipment in and shipped all of them to the district. Have all of them been sent
all
to
of
the
them
district?
every district has equipment. I've gone around almost all the districts.
Are they all physically there?
What we did when we took over was first to put a hold on the movement of every equipment. So in the districts where security was a problem, the district police officers or the divisional officers took hold, and the police command took hold of the keys. We didn't want the change, the transition, or the problems with transition. So after we've taken over, we've gone around the country, we examined all the, and I can say that we have almost a clean bill of health. Almost. Because a few of them suffered some, let me say, some liabilities on the way being transported to the various districts. And then some of them too, in the course of being used between September and December 2024, they had problems. So all those things have been noted by the new administration. We are working with JA Plan Pool, and they are fixing those ones. But they were only a few.
So we don't have issues of someone stealing any or diverting any?
For now, let me say this. None of the equipment have been stolen except one which was vandalized in Tamale during the transition. But even that one, JA Plan Pool, under our 2-year warranty agreement, have taken the decision to replace it.
Why are you mentioning JA Plant Pool? Are they
they were the suppliers.
So they supplied it?
Yes.
And the arrangement is that they supply, maintain,
no,
or
they will supply and service for 2 years.
So they service for 2 years?
Yes.
And then after that, so, but who owns it? Government of Ghana or JA Plant?
Government of Ghana.
Government of Ghana
yes.
owns this equipment.
We've taken hold of it now. So DRIP is holding it, taking custody of it on behalf of the government of Ghana.
So if the one in Shire or Sudoku has a problem, JA Plant Pool goes to fix it?
Yes.
That's how it works?
Yes, under the auspices of the assembly.
At no cost to the states?
That's definitely.
Okay.
No, the assembly will pay for it.
Okay, okay.
If it is a manufacturer's defect,
then they do it.
Then they will do it.
Okay.
But if it is a defect suffered as a result of being used, then it is replaced, assembly pays for it.
Okay. Explain to me the difference between what DRIP equipment are supposed to do and what Roads and Highways or Highways Authority and Urban Roads is supposed to do.
You know, under the old system or under our road administration, we have the Ministry of Roads and Highways, we have the Department of Urban Roads, and then we have feeder roads. Hitherto, the feeder roads were responsible for the district roads. By our new decentralization policy, feeder roads is now subsumed into the districts. So they are a department under the districts. So the work that feeder roads were doing is now district roads. So we have come in to, let me say, complement the work that the feeder roads were doing in the districts already.
Superfluous?
But feeder roads at that time were awarding contracts. Now, we want to save Ghana that bill So Ghana has acquired the equipment. All that we do now, examine, prioritize the road, look at the scheme of work, and then the assemblies will fuel these equipments to do the same work they will have awarded contracts for.
Was Feeder Road having its own equipment, or
No,
Feeder Road was
they didn't
engaging
have.
contractors?
Yes, they were engaging contractors.
So now you have become the contractors for Feeder Roads.
The assemblies have become their own contractors.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So instead of Feeder Road going externally,
Yes.
you have an internal. So just tell us what the problem is.
Yes, and then we'll fix it.
We buy fuel and we
Yeah.
go and fix it.
So, assuming this road is bad, instead of waiting for Feeder Roads to award contracts, all those papers and things before it is done, and the contractor coming from somewhere to do it, he may have done a shoddy job and gone back without anything. The assembly itself will use its own resources to fix the road using the equipment.
Okay. When does the government decide that this road has to be given to a contractor outside the drip system, so that the Afienya to Dodowa road is bad?
Afienya to Dodowa road is a urban road.
Okay, so you have a way you categorize and classify roads.
All the roads have been classified.
So a drip machine will not go on Afienya Dodowa road.
It's possible. For example, if the assembly thinks that, let me give you perfect example. I want to use an example. I've just come back from the Bono region. Between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, it's about 5 kilometers. From Doma in Kro, the center Doma. The Ivorian side of the road, asphalt, 100%. Our side of the road, total disaster. In fact, that 5 kilometers can take about an hour. Total disaster. So, they're talking about it's being awarded on contract, it's being awarded. The assembly said we cannot wait until this road is awarded on contract and done. But that is it's a highway. So what the assembly did, they use a drip machine, the excavators, they got the bulldozer, cleared what they have to clear, and they've done the road. And the people are enjoying the road. So the assemblies now have the capacity to do every road if you want them to do.
Okay, so if that's the case, why didn't we let the Adenta drip and the Sharosudoku drip fix the Adenta Somanya road that we are doing all the way to the Yulo Krobo district?
Because that's a bigger project.
Okay.
It's a bigger
so there's
project.
a limit
the assembly
to which
hasn't got the capacity.
So small roads, you would
Yes,
deal with them.
yes.
Community roads,
Community
inner
inner roads, feeder roads, the roads that lead to market centers in the villages, the roads that lead to our farm gates, and all those are the roads we have to do.
So if the road has bitumen, feeder, you
No,
cannot
we
deal
don't
with
come
it.
in. We can only use our equipment to fill the potholes and improve upon them. So,
Or
for
scrape
example,
off the
if we have to scrape and then we do resealing, that will be good to make it accessible. We'll do it. We just did some in Doma West. We've done some in Akwetia. We've done the same in the Bekwai area, and then also in Ashanti region, Amekom. What is the constituency around Tech? Oforikrom. So those ones we are doing. With Oforikrom, the assembly has added a culvert, built a culvert. It was linking two towns, and it was difficult for people, so they have to go and turn around Asokore Mampong and all, but they fixed it. So we just done one in Akwetia, between Akwetia to Odan towards Fosu, Asim Fosu, 45 kilometers. If you don't do it, they were hither to the cars were using Swedro, Winneba Junction, Mankasim to Fosu. Okay. Almost 2 hours.
I used the word superfluous earlier. I am a municipal assembly called Ayawaso West.
Yeah.
I am a Dadaba constituency. My roads are being given asphalt by the government under urban roads, under all these roads. What would happen to my drip equipment? Where do I take them to? What do I use them for? Because they will just park there idle.
There is no district in this country where we don't have roads that need to be improved. Let me give you an example. My district, Gan South. Gan South. Between Old Barrier and Botiano, it's been a disaster. Thanks be to God. Between the MP, the DC, the roads engineer. Last week was the third time the assembly was improving upon that road. Until the contractor who has been given that contract comes on the road to do it. It's supposed to be bitumen surface. asphalt. But it's not been done. Should we wait until that is done? No. That's the essence of DRIP. Through the equipment, we can fix it, we can improve upon the road until contract is awarded and that road is done.
Okay. I'm a community. Our road is not good. How do we get DRIP equipment to come and fix our road for us?
A community has an assemblyman. That assemblyman is a member of the district assembly. He has to take a complaint to the assembly. Assembly will capture it. It's put before the district roads management team. That is composed of the district chief executive, the coordinating director, finance officer, the district district DRIP coordinator, a representative of traditional authorities, and then the military attaché in the area.
So you have all these equipments in the district, but operating them, you need operators. So where are those operators from?
Okay, one, let me say this. Since we took over, we've now have in place, we are part of the decentralized system. So we have in place district coordinators for all the districts. In fact, it will not be district coordinators, constituency coordinators. Okay. Because in this particular, we have 276 districts. Mm-hmm. I don't want to call it constituencies because under the district assembly's constituency, we don't have constituencies. Yeah. And then we have regional coordinators. The regional coordinators superintend over the district coordinators, make sure they go around, monitor the work they are doing. And they also have the regional equipment. So the regional equipment, they can deploy them to go assist. And then we have operators of the equipment. In every district, we have 16 of them. 2 people per each equipment. The reason being that if today Omaro is not well, Nilante can take over the same. So we are training all of them to be competent in the operating of all those equipment. So if you put together, and at the district level, at DRIP, nationwide, if we are putting all our people together for now, we have over 5,200 staff.
So these people are hired, trained to operate these machines?
Yes.
So they are professionals doing their work?
Yes, they all come from the district.
Okay. What about fueling the machines? Who pays for, if I call down my road in my area is not good, who pays for the...
For now, it's difficult, let me be frank with you. Mm-hmm. Because DRIP was structured to fly on the district assembly's common fund. So under the old dispensation, every quarter, the district assemblies were getting 532,000 cedis. Because estimation was done about fueling, about payment of salaries, allowances for all these people. Unfortunately for us, the last common fund did not account for DRIP. So there was no budget for DRIP.
Currently, there's no budget.
There's no budget for DRIP. So the district assemblies are now using their own resources. And that has made it a bit difficult because they were giving guidelines on how to utilize the monies that were sent to them. And it doesn't include roads. So they have to now use their IGF. Umaru, you and I know some districts are virtually incapable of raising IGF. Yeah. Not that they are incapable, but they don't have the...
There's no resource.
There's no resource. Look, some districts depend on only market tolls, on market days. How much do they make? We went to Kumbungu. Their whole year to 2024 was 60-something thousand.
The revenue.
The revenue.
Internal generated. So then in that instance, if the Kumbungu people want their road fixed and they go and they say they want DRIP machine, how is it fueled them? Do community people have to buy the diesel?
In fact, when I went there, it was difficult. Those community people, what do they have? So the assembly virtually is crediting diesel in order to fix the roads, with the hope that when the common fund is paid, they will pay.
Which means you'll be running at running in debt.
So I've made a plea to His Excellency the President. I've made a plea to Chief of Staff. I've had a chat with the leadership of Parliament. I have also met with the Minister of Finance. Hopefully, this particular common fund formula and the budget that is coming up, DRIP will be considered so that the assemblies will have the capacity. All that assemblies need is about 732,000 cedis a quarter. And with that, they can fix not less than 50 kilometers of roads in their area every quarter.
Okay. Another thing that is very essential for you in DRIP work, you need chippings.
Yes.
For some of the roads.
Yes.
Who supplies that one to?
The assembly will have to.
So there's, in addition to fuel, you have to then get the
Yes.
chippings and all of those.
Yes.
It's
The-
an
the-
expensive
yes.
thing.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. Assuming they were awarding contract. It's the same thing. The person will have to go through all those things. But this one, do you know what it's going to do? It's going to bolster the local economy. The assembly needs cement to do a culvert. They will buy it from the local market. They need chippings. They will get it from the district. They need laterite, same district. They are not going to have a contractor who is going to bring it from somewhere. So the local economy will be boosted through the activities of
So
DRIP.
community members watching us don't have to contribute money for the fixing of their road. They
Right
just
now,
have to
I know,
complain to the assembly.
I know
member.
that some, for example, let me give you one. About a month ago, the people living around Botiano, led by former Minister Spio Gabra, came together and said, we're having difficulty. So they went to the assembly, they talked to the assembly. The assembly said, we're ready, but we don't have the money to buy the fuel. I said, okay, we'll buy the fuel. So they bought the fuel for all the equipment that to be needed, and their road is fixed. Their road is fixed.
So it's not compulsory, but if they
It's
decide
not
that they want to
compulsory, but if you
voluntarily do
desire,
that,
because Umaru, you and I sitting here, if I'm going to contribute 5,000, you contribute 5,000, the people here, everybody going to, and we are all going to contribute buy diesel into the equipment, and then our road will be fixed. It's more than you going to the workshop to have your shock absorbers replaced.
one more thing before I take a break. How about deciding which road should be fixed? Political considerations.
We don't encourage political consideration because roads don't have political colors. So that's why there is a district road management team that is composed of the DCE, the district DRIP coordinator, the district coordinating director, the district finance officer, a representative of the traditional authorities, and the military attaché for the area.
So they review every request?
So the roads engineer will do the profiling of all the roads in the district based on reports from the assembly members from the electoral areas. And then they look at their budget, and then they do it. And they submit it for the assembly for approval. Once it's accepted, then the district road management will ensure that the roads are done with the coordination between the district roads engineer and the district DRIP coordinator.
This is Face to Face on Channel 1 TV. If you want your road fixed, Renil Antivanderpoy's office is DRIP. Come and catch him, or go to your district DRIP officer or your regional DRIP officer, or go to your assembly member and tell them that you want your road fixed. And in the instance where you can contribute to support because they are money no plenty like that, he says you can do it. It's voluntary, it's not compulsory. This Face to Face. When we come back, I ask him about the state of the Yezu party. They are not going for primaries like the MPP, but we are seeing some things happening. Please stay with us.
October marks the 22nd Cybersecurity Awareness Month, a crucial time to protect what matters most in our digital work. From hackers to phishing scams, the risks are real for individuals and businesses across Ghana. Remember, so is the power to stay safe online. Join us this October on Channel 1. We're launching A Safer You, your guide to safer digital living, tailored for our communities. Learn steps to protect passwords, secure devices, and recognize online threats. These lessons are delivered in easy, bite-sized episodes, each under 3 minutes, making learning accessible. A Safer You is brought to you by Digital Unbounded in partnership with Channel 1.
You're welcome back. This Face to Face on Channel 1 TV. Oh, no, but before I ask you about NDC, the equipment that you superintend over, we are fighting Galamsey. Are we sure that some of your machines are not used to do that, and people using your machines for other purposes other than the purpose for which you have deployed them?
The typical Ghanaian, when there's not enough monitoring and supervision, we definitely abuse the system. So we are not joking with our monitoring and evaluation. As I'm talking to you now, I've just come back from the Ashanti region. My 2 deputies and the technical director of technical services are on the field. And when we are moving to any district, we don't announce it. 2, we came to meet a particular tracking system that had been built by JA Plant Pool, which is more or less a geofencing. So if the equipment goes beyond that jurisdiction, it will alert. It will a trigger. We saw that that system was being abused. So we've come and we are piloting a new tracking system. That one, I can control it from my phone. As I'm talking to you now, we have demobilized about 3 equipments.
They were going outside their jurisdiction?
Yes, and they were being used for the purposes aside drip.
One
was good. One was a good purpose. For example, there's a problem in the central region with issue of water because of Kwanyako. The only thing the DC should have done was to inform the drip coordinator that this is what is going to be, so the district road management team will agree that because we are not using the water bowser for now, let's use it to cut water to supply to the communities who don't have water. He didn't do that and release the truck to go. So when we're told, we just demobilize the truck. Because I don't want any truck to be, any equipment to be used for any other purpose apart from roads. It will only be on exigencies like what we are having.
Okay. The other two
in the Volta region, for example, all the assemblies were supplied some fertilizers for the agri program. So the tipper truck was dispatched to go and
collect it
and bring it. It went outside the jurisdiction. It triggered. We demobilized it. Before we were told, I said, submit a letter. So they wrote a letter and we activated it. There's another case in the northern region where an officer didn't have water at the official bungalow. So he decided to use a drip water tank to take water to the bungalow. It is not. That one, it has to be with permission. We demobilize it. You understand? And when we demobilize it, there's nothing you can do. The engine will not start, nothing.
Okay.
Unless we reactivate it.
Okay.
So we are putting all this system to check. Let me be frank with you. We had reported cases under the old administration of some of the equipment ending up in Galamsey areas. I can give you my word. If anyone attempts it under this system, that person will have to kill Nilante Vanderpool.
You will not agree?
It will not happen. I don't care who you are. It will not happen. There is no way I will sit in this office and allow anyone to sabotage the reset agenda of President John Dramani Mahama. No, it will not happen.
Are your machines branded drip?
Yes.
So how do I know which these machines from drip? Do you have it written on it?
We have an embossment on all the equipment.
Okay.
In fact, what we are doing now, in consultation with the Driver Vehicle Licensing Authority, they are going to give us special numbers for all the drip equipment.
Okay.
Now, I've also written to the Minister for Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and the Minister of Interior that all these excavators that they seized, which drip helped to be evacuated from the various Galamsey areas to the regional community councils and the police headquarters, should be given to us.
So that you
we'll add to our fleet of equipment. It will register in our name. We'll put our tracking system on it. And assemblies will have to, because some of the assemblies have need for excavators, but they don't have, so they go to rent. It's additional cost to them. If we have the excavators, it will help.
Very well. Before we go, 2028 is very far, but also very near. The NPP is frantically preparing to find a flag bearer. You have not officially decided, but we are hearing a lot of things happening. Would your party...
Have you heard I'm contesting?
I've heard that you're contesting chairman. I was going to ask you next. Is that true?
Yes. If the current chairman, my very good brother, friend, senior brother, Johnson Asidun Ketia is not contesting, I will contest.
If he's going on call?
No. No.
Meaning Oshegbe?
No, he's my senior brother. He's Yabuatin Jan, Asidun Ketia, Naniaje, Kojo Mama, Adam.
Where's Yabuatin Jan?
He's around. Okay. These are the people who I look up to at the onset of the revolution and also transition to the political party, political democracy. They were our seniors in Brong-Afo. You know, I grew up in Brong-Afo. Okay. They were my seniors, and I look up to them. So if Asidun Ketia is aspiring for national chairman, why should I? But I should rather help him to. If he's not contesting,
you will run for.
I will.
Okay, but you run for flag bearer?
No.
Do you think he should run for flag bearer?
Why not? Umaru, don't you think you can run for flag bearer?
I'm not 40 yet.
Okay.
That's why.
Then when you are 40, I will pray for you. You can be a good flag bearer. Yeah.
Which party?
The best party in the country, NDC.
Oye Mizu.
Oye Miza.
That's how we end today's edition of Face to Face. I'm Omar Sandamado. We'll be back next week with another episode. My guest was Edwin Neil Ante van der Poel, former MP for Dodo Dio Dio. He's currently the national coordinator of DRIP.